Raiding party. We take the captured hover car down a riverbed, beneath the treetops, out of radar coverage. Yandere, Boss X, and I are up top, spotting for Zura as she pilots us through tight spots. We crouch behind the railgun turrets, ducking branches, X's fur rippling in the wind. There are 10 of us in the raiding party, 3 more of Zura's specials down below, along with Dr. Levia and his 2 best techs. Their job is to take over Shrev's feeds and spy dust once we have control of my father's tower. Cole's back with the main force in the largest Victorian ship. Why so glum? Yandere calls to me above the engine noise. I shrug. I've never been on a mission without Cole before. Chica, how sweet. Boss X is staring at me. So what are you exactly? I give him a confused look. He means, are you a fox or a rebel? Yandere says. I've been wondering that myself. A palafox? I stare at them both. Are you asking if Cole and I got married? Yandere sets out a long laugh. Frey, we know you like Cole, but that's different from being a fox. That army back there, they need a first family. It makes them feel complete, having someone in charge. I remember how Arabella made me feel that first day, like she deserved to command a whole city. But I shake my head. I'm not in Cole's army. I'm not even a Victorian. I'm a Victorian, Yandere says. It's my city too, but I'm not a fox. You get it? Sure, you're a rebel. That's bigger than our city. Exactly. I'm against anyone who messes with my planet. Yandere waves their hand at the sky, the river, the forest. This is what we rebels are fighting for. So what about you? Both of them are watching me now, but I don't know how to answer. Last night, Cole was talking about saving our 2 cities, but cities don't mean anything to me. My whole life has been spent as a prisoner of my father's schemes, or running from him. Those are the only 2 realities I understand. Before I can answer, the hover car eases to a halt. The banks of the river are tightening, the trees bowing in to scrape our armor. For the next few minutes, we talk Zura through the squeeze, meter by painstaking meter, pushing aside branches as we go. It's slow going, but we're too close to Shrev to rise above the treetops. Finally, the river widens and the car can fly freely again. It's Boss X who gets back to the conversation. Ask yourself a simple question, he says. Who do you fight for? Cole Palafox? I find myself shaking my head. Boss X lets out a grumbly laugh. Don't feel bad if it's true. When I first joined up, it was for a boy. Took me a while to see anything bigger. No, I'm fighting beside Cole, not for him, I shrug. We're allies, and I've never even thought about the whole planet. Yandere shrugs. Not everyone's a rebel. The truth is, I'm fighting for Rafia, I say. I was only supposed to be an extension of her, but she saw me as a real person. That's why I exist. I look away as the lifting fans wreathed in spray from the river. The sunlight torches to arcs of color in the mist. And I'm also fighting against my father. There's something wrong with him, worse than his strip mines and his spy dust. Even we all lived back in the old days, before humans had the power to wreck the planet, I'd still fight him. Boss X makes a sound between a growl and a laugh. Nothing wrong with making it personal. What matters, Frey, is that you fight beside us up here. It takes me a moment to understand. The foxes are all down inside the car. 3 of us are up in the cold wind getting whacked by tree branches. Maybe that makes me an honorary rebel. I'm glad you trust me, I say. I like a girl who carries a knife, X says. Blades make it personal. Muscle and metal, point and edge. It's higher tech than it looks, I admit. His yellow eyes narrow. Too bad. A knife should be simple. For a moment, I consider asking him what his personal business is in my father's house, but then the hover car glides to a halt again. The riverbanks aren't the issue this time. We're within sight of the valley where Cole plans to lure the Shrev army into battle tonight. This is our hiding spot. Soon, Zura's voice crackles in our ears. Setting down in 30 seconds. Hold on to something. And if you rebels don't object to hurting trees, we could use a little camouflage.